Yesterday we talked about people we love who've walked away from the faith. Well, what if they've been walking away for so long that it seems like they're never coming back? Let me tell you a story. It's about a man named Michael Francesi who was in the New York Mafia. At the height of his operations, he was bringing in $8 to $10 million a week through his illegal operations. And in his spare time, one of his hobbies was directing movies. And back in 1984, he was out in California directing a movie when one of the backup dancers for one of the scenes in the movie came up to him and started talking to him. She was a college student out in California, and she didn't know that the director of the movie was a mafia underboss. She just thought it would be a good idea to go up and start talking to this guy and telling him about Jesus. She shared her faith. And he didn't care about what she was saying at all, but he thought she was kind of pretty, so he kept talking to her, and eventually they kind of hit it off. They got along really, really well. After the movie was done, she stayed in California. He went back to New York, but they kept the relationship going, and she kept telling him about Jesus, not wanting to give up on him. And it took a lot of years, but finally he listened. Finally he believed. And he was sincere about it because he made a very difficult decision. He decided to leave the mafia. Now, saying goodbye to the mafia isn't like saying goodbye to your grandma. It's not like they give you a hug and a kiss on your way out the door. There's a saying that says the only way to leave the mafia is in a coffin. And in addition, Michael knew that if he was really going to go down this new good way of life, he would have to turn himself in for his many crimes, serve some serious prison time, and knowing that the mafia is often just as powerful inside a prison as they are on the outside. But out of love for Jesus and out of love for the woman who eventually became his wife, he did. And he's still alive to talk about it. His story reminds me of the life of the Apostle Paul. If there were a prize for least likely to believe in Jesus someday, I think it would be given to this guy who made a career of hunting down and persecuting anyone who called on the name of Jesus. But then one day, Jesus appeared to him on the road to Damascus, introduced himself as the Jesus you've been persecuting, blinded him, and gave something very, very important to anyone who has ever given who's ever stopped believing that someone they love will end up in heaven. He gave them hope. And the Apostle Paul talks about that hope in one of his letters when he says this. Here is a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance. Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am the worst. But for that very reason I was shown mercy, so that in me, the worst of sinners, Christ Jesus might display his unlimited patience as an example for those who would believe on him and receive eternal life. As long as Jesus is still patient, you can be too. Keep trying, keep working, keep hoping. Hey friends, thanks for watching the videos. If you'd like to watch more, just click here to subscribe. You'll get these on a regular basis, and God's going to fill you with some awesome things every time you watch these. We'll see you later.